Season 1 of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous treated us to a wealth of Easter eggs hidden within the show, including nods to the original movies, nods to video games, and nods to other Jurassic-related media. While Season 2 did not include as many Easter eggs as the first, there are still some in the season, some you likely picked up on, and some you may have missed. Let's take a look at all of the Easter eggs that we found in Season 2 of Camp Cretaceous. Episode 1 opens with an Ankylosaurus crossing the screen, perhaps a nod to the dinosaur's first appearance in Jurassic Park 3. There's an abandoned Jurassic World staff vehicle and a gyrosphere which could be the same one from Season 1. We then see a herd of stegosaurs walking through camp, the shot being reminiscent of the Lost World. After this, the gang hides behind a tree log, which is very similar to the scene in Jurassic Park. Equally, they're hiding from a T-Rex, just like Grant, Tim, and Lex were. While back on Main Street, the gang of campers discuss the Indominus Rex versus the Tyrannosaurus Rex battle that features at the end of Jurassic World, and they speculate how it went down. We also see damage on Main Street from this fight. The kids jokingly say to Brooklyn, "You only own one outfit," which isn't so much of an Easter egg but more a meta nod to classic animation cliches where characters only have one set of clothes.
What? It's my signature look!
The hat and sunglasses that Darius pulls out of the Lost and Found box are similar to Alan Grant's in Jurassic Park. And behind them, on the wall in the gift shop, is Lex Murphy's hat. On the floor, we see a dinosaur plush toy, which seems to be a little nod to Toy Story's Rex.
How you doing, Rex?
Were you scared? Tell me honestly.
Sammy in the tree here is a nod to Grant in the tree in Jurassic Park. And the campers are using walkie-talkies to communicate, much like the final act of Jurassic Park. In episode 2, we see dinosaurs in temporary cages, which is a nod to the Lost World. The campers also free the dinosaurs, much like Nick and Sarah do. In the third episode, the gang construct and live in a tree house, and there's a line about how being higher is better, a vague reference to the high hide that Eddie Carr promotes in The Lost World.
A high hide, you know, you go up and you hide. Hide.
This could also be a nod to the unused draft of Jurassic Park 3, where Dr. Alan Grant lives in a tree on Isla Sorna to study the dinosaurs. The draft itself focused on a group of teenagers who ended up stranded on the island, but that is for another video. Let's move on. Kenji and Darius outrun and escape from a dinosaur together, a nod to them doing just that in the first season. The new coloration of this dinosaur, the Ceratosaurus, is a nod to the same species seen in Ray Harryhausen's 1 million years BC. The watering hole is similar in its look to Jurassic Park and shows some of the same species drinking together. It also appears to be referencing this Jurassic Park 3 concept art by Jack Johnson. We see the stale cake that we saw in the first season when the group meet Eddie.
Ugh.
The baryonyx here act like the velociraptors in the kitchen in the first Jurassic Park, snapping at each other. There are a few more similarities here to the scene from Jurassic Park, with Yaz, Brooklyn, and Sammy hiding behind a table from the baryonyx the same way Lex and Tim hide from the raptors. When chasing them, the baryonyx also slips, similarly to how the raptor slips when chasing Tim. And here we hear the Brachiosaurus sound from Jurassic Park. In the fourth episode, we see the Ceratosaurus return. This dinosaur was first and last seen in Jurassic Park 3. The group are also saved in a similar way to Grant when he's saved by Eric Kirby. A new character, Mitch, is dressed in Alan Grant's outfit from the first Jurassic Park. He says, "The tour guide came highly recommended," which is the same thing Udesky says about Cooper in Jurassic Park 3. Ironically, perhaps he is the mercenary who got sick and Udesky had to replace, but that one is just pure speculation. When the kids finally get to eat again thanks to the new arrivals on the island, they're eating the same way Lex and Tim did at the buffet in Jurassic Park. Darius mentions how compies look cute but have trace amounts of venom in their bites, with Mitch finishing off his sentence. Venom in the compies is something that has only been mentioned in the original novel. However, it's been long speculated that this was still a film trait, as it contextualizes how they were able to take down Dieter Stark so quickly. And this one is a nod to the Brachiosaurus scene in the first film, and Darius imitates the sound of the dinosaur, much like Alan Grant does. Episode 5 shows Ben getting thrown about by the Pteranodons, a nod to Zara's death in Jurassic World. Bumpy licks Ben awake, the same way the Sinoceratops licks Owen awake in Fallen Kingdom. The Parasaurolophus pops its head out of the water, much like their water-loving counterparts from Jurassic Park The Ride. In episode 6, Mitch informs the kids that they got the ACU tablet from the black market, hinting that items from the Jurassic World Park were poached and sold online and in various markets. Similar to how Lowry got his classic Jurassic Park shirt from eBay.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I got it for $150, but the mint condition one goes for $300.
Didn't occur to you maybe that's in poor taste?
The shirt? Yeah, no, it did. I understand people died. It was terrible.
In the penultimate episode, the gang of campers managed to restore power to Main Street, and this is handled similarly to the scene in Jurassic Park where Lex restores power to the main park. Kenji pushes the buttons, which show a circuit breaker designed as a homage to the one that Ellie pushes in Jurassic Park, complete with a large, flat and grey panel, along with a green and yellow button. And in the final episode of Season 2, the T-Rex gets distracted by a hologram, just like the Velociraptor does in Jurassic World, when it gets distracted by a hologram of a Dilophosaurus. During the episode, the kids round up a herd of dinosaurs, which they learn how to do in Season 1. The gyrosphere that Brooklyn and Darius are controlling stops working, the controls being shaken much like Zack and Grays were in Jurassic World. The gyrosphere also gets tossed around like a ball. The Baryonyx makes its way onto the boat and kills Tiff, which could be a nod to the Lost World boat disaster which saw many crew members killed before the boat arrived at the shore. As an aside, we never see this boat dock back on Isla Nublar. Perhaps it eventually makes its way to Costa Rica with those Baryonyx on board. And the end of the episode shows the gang abandoned at the docks, just like at the end of the first season. There is also a tease to the E750 hybrid dinosaur just before the credits where we hear its roar, and it sounds very similar to the Indoraptor from Fallen Kingdom. Perhaps this isn't an Easter egg and more of an indication of what is now out there in the wild on Isla Nublar. And that appears to be all of the Easter eggs and nods in the second season of Netflix's Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. We may have missed a few, and if we did, then let us know in the comment section down below. Did you catch all of these nods? And what did you think of Season 2? As always, leave a comment down below, and if you liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more Jurassic content. The Jurassic Outpost store is open, and we're selling Jurassic-themed clothing, mugs, fitted masks, and much more. Head to JurassicOutpost.com/store to check it out, and check the video description for discounts and deals, including 10% discount on all Jurassic Park items in the Vice Press store. As always, head to JurassicOutpost.com for more news and information.